What is up YouTube, this is Aaron from Team Judgment Ego, and today I'm coming at you with my Chronomaly deck for the April 2015 format. Nevertheless, just came out in World Superstars and it's absolutely brilliant. This card's on Stratus level, you get to search, and it's also got a secondary effect by which you can special summon it from the graveyard. So I'll be going over the main deck and the extra deck. Nevertheless doesn't need much explaining. It's Anticipation should do most of it, so 3 Nebrodisc. We've been waiting for this card for over a year. The OCG has had it and we just got it now. Stupid, but that's Konami for you. And next up, I run 3 copies of Chronomaly Crystal Skull. When you control a Chronomaly monster, you can discard this card and then add any Chronomaly monster from your hand or to your hand from your graveyard or your deck, which is good. So 3 Skull. And then I'm running 3 copies of Chronomaly Crystal on top here. 3 copies of Chronomaly Crystal Bones. When your opponent controls a monster and you do not, you can special summon this card from your hand. And when you do, you can special summon a Chronomaly monster from your graveyard or your hand. So it's a Cyber Dragon combined with a Wolf Bark, which is nice. So 3 bones. And then I'm running 3 copies of Chronomaly Golden Jet. It's quite simple in its text when it says that once per turn you can increase the levels of all Chronomaly monsters you currently control by 1. It's really good when you combo it off with other Chronomaly monsters because it allows you access to your Makumek, which is your boss monster. So you can go into rank 5s or rank 4s with this. It's really good. So 3 Golden Jet. And then the last Chronomaly monster I'm running is 1 copy of Gordian Knot. Not many people run this card. I really like it. Basically, when this card is normal summon, you can special summon 1 Chronomaly monster from your hand, and if you do, this card's level becomes that monster's level. So if you have Gordian Knot and Golden Jet, you can normal summon Knot and use its effect to special summon that Golden Jet. This will automatically bump itself up to level 4, so now you can go into rank 4 play, or if you wish, you can use Golden Jet's effect and bump them both up to level 5, and then go into rank 5 play. So it's quite versatile. The only reason I'm running 1 is because it's very situational, and you can also search it via Nebrodisc and Crystal Skull. So I'm running 1 Golden Knot for now. 1 seems to be the right number. I'm running 2 copies of Honest. You have to bear in mind that this deck revolves around putting in a considerable amount of burn damage, so Honest really does help with that. Just pushing for that extra 2 or 3k damage can really change games, so 2 Honest. Next up, I'm running 2 Maxi to keep up with decks that special summon a lot, like Necros. So 2 Maxi, a good card. That is it for the monsters. On to the spells. 3 Duality. When you don't open up Nebrodisc, you activate this card and it helps you dig for that Nebrodisc, or just even because this deck does lack quite a bit of consistency, even though you have like 6 search cards. Duality definitely helps add to that. So 3 Duality, I would see this as a staple in this Chronomaly. Yeah, so 3 Duality. Not much needs to be said about that. 3 MST, likewise, not much needs to be said about this. Most people run 2, but I prefer to run 3, so 3 copies of MST. Clipouts are actually still a thing, so yes, that's another reason. And then I'm running 1 copy of Soul Charge for mass graveyard summoning, which is really good in this deck because you can use Golden Jet's effect and then bump them up to make 1 level rank 5 and 1 rank 4. Soul Charge is good. And then I'm running 1 copy of Chronomaly City Babylon. This is good, really good mid to late game only. Early game is shit, but mid to late game is good. And also, it's cute when you can get its effect off as well. It helps special summon from grave and it's searchable. That's why I'm only running 1. And then for the rest of the spells, I'm running 1 copy of Raigeki and 1 copy of Book of Moon as Jin knockouts, which is quite potent in this format, so it's good. And monster removal is good, mass removal. Speaking of mass removal, I'm running 3 copies of Mirror Force. If you can clear your opponent's board to make way for your monsters, put in damage can help, because the ultimate goal is just through burn damage or through attacking to reduce your opponent's life points to 0. And this card really helps clear their board so you can put in a lot of damage. And it works well with that new XYZ monster that came out in World Superstars, which is Gagaga Samurai as well. So yeah, so 3 Mirror Force. Next up, I'm running 2 copies of Dimensional Prison. That's just a general form of support removal. It's good for like Window and what's that card's name? Construct, to getting around those, because this deck actually struggles getting around big boss monsters when you can't make an XYZ play. So having spot removal helps. So Dimensional Prison is good. And tech choice today, I'm running 2 copies of Magic Cylinder. This card is actually really good because, like I said, you have to bear in mind putting in burn damage really does make a difference. So having that extra bit of burn damage, and nothing's better than seeing your opponent's face when you Magic Cylinder them for game, which is just so good. So 2 copies of Magic Cylinder. I'm loving this card. So 2 Magic Cylinder. Now next up for the 1-ofs, I'm running 1 copy of Breakthrough Skill because I don't run any other form of effect negation. 1 copy of Vanity's Emptiness because it's broken. 1 copy of Solemn Warning. It's just a good out, like things like Denko can hurt this deck. 1 copy of Compulse, TT, Bottomless, and then 1 copy of Ring of Destruction, obviously for its burn effect. So that is it for the main deck. On to the extra deck. I'm running The boss monster, which is Chronomaly Makumek. I really like this card. You can read what it does. Hang on, I'll just zoom in for you guys. Yeah, you can read what this card does. I really like it in this deck. So it's a boss monster. One time in DN, I actually put in 6k damage using this card. It's ridiculous. So one Makumek, and then I'm running 2 copies of Pleiades because all of your monsters are light except for Gordian Knot. So this card is actually quite accessible and it's got a broken effect. Pleiades has always just been a good card. And then I'm running 1 copy of Volcasaurus as the other rank 5. And then you can run a Guy Dragon and Thunder Knight, but I don't have one at the moment, so I'm running 1 copy of Ptolemy M7. So if you have a Guy Dragon, I would swap this out for that, but for now, M7 is working out fine for me. So that is it for the rank 5s. On to the rank 4s, I'm running 1 copy of Chateau Hayak. It's just a really good card. It came out in World Superstars. 1 copy of Gagaga Cowboy. Burn damage, 1 Silent Honor Arc. Stealing monsters, and then a Dweller as well for Burning Abyss and Shadows. And then Gagaga Samurai. I'm testing this for now. It's working out okay. So Samurai, because putting in 3800 damage is actually really good, especially in this deck. And then I would run Exton and Castel. However, unfortunately, I don't actually own the cards at the moment. I traded them away temporarily, so I'm running 1 copy of Downed for your rank 3s, which you will see in a minute, and then 1 copy of Black Sheep of Corn for just that extra bit of burn damage. Swap this out for Exton and Castel if you're planning on playing this deck competitively. So that is it for the 4s, and then for the 3s, this should be a Gorgonic Guardian. Unfortunately, I do not own one. It's a common XYZ monster from Legacy of the Valiant, and it says 2 rank 3 rock monsters. So I think this is probably the only deck that can actually access the card. Sorry I don't have it here to show you, but unfortunately I just can't find one for the purpose of this deck profile. 1 copy of Levia the Sea Dragon for stealing banished monsters, and then 1 copy of Wind Up Zen Mains for just stalling. And then you can also use Down the Magician to overlay any one of these. So yeah, that has been the deck profile, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Zane from Team Judgment Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing out. Bye. Peace.